Okay, so we've been playing around a bit. Got a gas discharge tube there. That goes through the fluorescent tube, the short one, and to the ground rod. Now, this one, I've just moved it from there to there. It's the two outputs on that going to the fluoro. So that's one wire out of there running this fluoro. So one wire goes into the capacitor. The other side of the capacitor doesn't have power going to it. It's just an output going to here. Now what I've got is a bit of a funky situation going on. I'll turn a light off. Okay, close that door. Okay, what you'll see is this fluoro has a pulse to it. Boom. Doesn't seem to affect that. Now I'm going to turn, so at the moment we're at not 15 watts. Just let that flicker again, yet not affecting that at all. I'm just going to turn that up. Might just turn the heater away a bit so we don't get dodgy light. That might be better. Okay, I'm going to turn this up by tens, 0.10s. So, and you'll see the frequency of this go up. I can literally hear a clicking. Turn up a bit more. Don't know where that flicking's coming from. Wow, that flicking is coming from the wire on the board. So that doesn't seem to be flicking that much. This is copying it. I'm going to turn it down. Now that fluoro's out a bit, but this gets a bit more. But let's get that flicking going again. I'll show you what it is. Going up. I've had this similar before. Reached my amp peak. I've got it set 0.150. Sorry, 1.5 amps. So I go to the, that's the minimum voltage, the maximum voltage you can have for that sort of peak. So I turn the light on. These wires are making a mechanical sound. They're actually pulsing on this board. See if I lift it up. I've had this happen before with a string of gas discharge tubes. They were pulsing on. You could hear them tapping literally. Wow. So, I'll turn the lights back off. And yeah. So this has got one wire out of the taser going into it. If I disconnect this here, that still works on one side. So that's basically getting its energy from the atmosphere and one side of the taser. But if I put this on the other side and get it connected, it's a bit hard to get that touching properly. So anyway, that'll do. Yeah, so there you get a bit more of a circuit that it can run around, but it's only one one, still using the capacitor. Sorry, you can't see that, can't do much about that. But I'm still using the capacitor to, store charge, and want to balance out with the atmosphere ground. Now, I think what might be really good to do, to turn the light back on, is, so this positive goes through the capacitor, discharge tube through the wire, through the fluorescent to ground, so it can complete its path. But I believe if you got this going to a ground as well, and then and then coming out of the fluorescent, so going into out of the fluorescent and then having a ground on here, I believe we get far more power. So normally it wants to ground to itself, positive to the negative potential. But that's what we're doing. All right, I really wish I had put that ground wire in today. I want 2 grounds.